consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible.
Hey guys, welcome back to the cnjshow, and I have my favorite gin and juice here, and I have my sister NEEK, and we hope that you guys are having a good day today. Jen.
All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about Miss Deyjah Harris, who is the daughter of rapper slash activist slash newly comedian T.I. Harris. And the word that we're going to use today is value. The textbook definition for value is the regard that someone is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something.
So NEEK, you well, we all seen the post, and
I need my space, I need my privacy, I need some silence. Please, you're all too loud, you don't speak quietly. Opinions violently thrown across every surface, it makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man.
People who don't know, real quick, in case you haven't seen it, what we're talking about before we get too deep into it was she made a post about self-harm awareness day, basically, where if you are self-harming or cutting yourself or just anything that has to do with like mental health, I guess, in general. She made a long post basically speaking about how she's been cutting herself for years. And I guess just went public with it, letting other people know, I guess, also was in that same boat where they are also self-harming, where she basically was just saying, you're not alone, this is a safe place, you could talk about it, you could share here, things of that nature. I mean, not really giving, I guess, any thing about like, okay, well, it's to stop or, not giving any real direction, but just basically giving support. Yeah. I guess within that.
Just saying like this, you're not the only person. It's a lot of people that go through this and probably doing the same thing or doing something similar to this.
Mm-hmm. And basically she said as well, like, don't tell me that, well, I'm pretty or I shouldn't do this because I'm pretty or I shouldn't do this because of whatever reason you come up with. You get what I mean? I guess she kind of like want people to understand this is my life. This is how I cope. This is what I need to do for myself. And that's basically was the gist of the post. Yeah, I mean, I didn't read all of it. And,
I read all of it. You read all of it.
I read all of it, but I mean, I'm not going to go over it.
And see, I feel like this, with, seeing the post and everything, I was kind of like feeling like, okay, it's good that you say, you're not alone. These things happen. It actually goes through people's mind to do this, and it does not mean that you're crazy or you're losing it because you decide to do this. But the thing that I don't care for is no solution after that. It's nothing that you're saying, like, okay, I just did this, and this is not the right way. It's kind of like everybody who does do this, let's just form a group and don't say, like, I guess she didn't hurt the reasons. Listen, I can do this because I already know I'm pretty, so don't say that. Don't say because I got money. Don't say because my dad is he's doing this and my mom's a mom. Don't say none of this stuff. Mm-hmm. But my thing, I didn't want someone that could be younger because, there's kids, like, has been, like, the age of 9 just committing suicide. Mm-hmm. This is becoming just like this thing to do when things are not right or something is going on with you and you don't really know how to deal with it. Throughout everything, it's like, what do we do though? Like, you don't really want nobody to say it, but this is a post that you can come and say me too. I basically, you can see my scar maybe not being on my arm, it's probably on my back, or mine's is not here, but it's here. But then after that, then what? Because if it's somebody in middle school or high school that's doing this, then what? I mean, like, what's the next step so that this is, because it's not okay. And that's the part that I didn't care for, that I didn't see in the post. Not at all. This is okay.
But see, I don't think she's in the end result of it yet.
Or the
recovery part of it yet, to say, okay, this is what I had to do to cope, and this is how I got over it. I think it's just basically like I think it's like a non-judgment post. I guess it's supposed to be just like, okay, you're not alone. You know, there's people from all across the world, and I get what you're saying. Like, okay, you know, whatever. But I guess, I do think that I think she did leave a hotline or awareness, something to reach out to somebody, you know, or whatever. But I guess she was just making the post to say, hey,
I know you're not alone.
You're not alone.
I do this. And you know, it was something so crazy because we did the video with Kevin Samuels, and I looked up, for whatever reason, value. And once I put value, like with the car, I put like, okay, a car value. I did something like that, just something simple so I could see. I could not find, no matter how you put it, if you put value in front of anything, like value of a car, value of anything, they gave the most expensive of, like, just nothing but the best. It wasn't like semi or something like that. It was just nothing but the best. And I think, like, as sometimes women and men, anybody, sometimes you lose sight on what's your value. Like, you really don't know. So I would take this from Kevin Samuels. Their value have to be so close up there. Just like it gotta be really close up to the top. Because when you have the thing, if you think that you as a Mercedes Benz or Audi or whoever, okay, that's good. That's y'all. But when I step in, ain't no questions about how much my vehicle is, because I'm driving a Bentley. We already know you can't. Your Chrysler, you got a Chrysler. We're close. We're here. I'm here. There's no, she got a little nice Mercedes. But when I step in the room or I step into anything, people know Bentley, Bugatti, all these $500,000 cars or whatever. I have to think that way about me in every sense, not to lose it, because certain times all of us is dealing with stuff. But we tend to take our emotions sometimes to a different level because we want somebody to help us in that area so bad. And sometimes it ain't nobody that'll help. So you sit there and you're just thinking. Because you, like she said, don't say I'm pretty, because she heard it. So, because that's not going to be the answer. Because if pretty fix this, then the what was that? The news, what was that name? Chelsea?
Yeah.
This wouldn't, she wouldn't have done that. So we can't say pretty, because pretty, they don't fix it. Having money don't fix this, because this is something in the head. This is something that Tamar Braxton said to Tamala Hall, I believe, the lady that speak. She was just telling her, no, like, when people say mental, you think, okay, crazy. That doesn't mean crazy. She was like, that's the reason why I never wanted to say it, because that's the first thing people think when you say mental, that you are a crazy human being that need to be on, pills, and you can't get help. And people they was looking at her like, okay, no, you're Tamar, you can sing, you're pretty, you got this, you're you're fabulous, you're a celebrity. You're not going through nothing. You're just doing this for clout. And so she wasn't receiving the help, like trying to fix it all, which is true. But to anybody that's looking at this, she did just I guess say, like, listen, this is the situation. She probably did not put what to do after that part, but this is not for me, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a bunch of posts. It's more to it after that. Like, you can get out of this. Don't, with your situation, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's good that, even bringing it out and saying something about it. I think that, getting out of the closet or getting out of the shadows of this thing that has a hold on you or is like this dark cloud over you, and being able to speak to it.
Yeah.
It's almost like, the first step of getting better is admitting that you have this issue or whatever it is, regardless of whether you are, in active recovery or whatever it is. I think it's important to call that beast by its name. I think it's important to say these things and know that this thing doesn't own you, know that this thing doesn't control you and things like that. So in that sense, I am very happy for her. But from the sounds of it, like you said, it don't sound like it's something that is going to be stopped anytime soon. Maybe she's not as active doing it, but if the need arises...
Well, with everything that's on her,
But, they could have been old or, whatever it is, but it just seems like it's not the end. And I'm wondering what's causing it. Because,
but
like
you
you
know
said...
I was thinking, Gina, just really quick and not to interrupt you. If in the beginning of the post, like, she have made posts where you'll think, like, okay, no... She told people, like, listen, the first thing you do that's disrespectful, you're being blocked, honey. I'm not going to accept that from you. This is not the first post that she'd have made like that. But you would think, if you, like, reverse that energy, that you got, like, listen, I don't care what you say. You have that beastly attitude about it, but you put it into yourself, like, nah, man, I'm this. My value is of this tolerance. And listen, just like I don't want to hear you tell me that maybe I shouldn't do it, or maybe you should not do it, or maybe you're too pretty to do it, you're too rich, or you too whatever. I don't want to hear that. I just accept for right now that I'm showing my scars and that's it. Why you can't, like, put this in yourself too? Like, nah.
Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's an outside thing. Because when people have things that they can't control that's beyond themselves, maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people deal with, especially when you have the money, you have the, a certain lifestyle, you have the modeling gigs or the endorsement things, because she is a beautiful girl.
Very.
And, things like that. I don't think it's about money. I don't think it's about beauty. The things that people normally would go through or chase after, they keep you busy from being depressed or feeling hopeless or whatever. I think when you achieve all those things, I think it's harder to escape certain things, especially being that young and probably feeling like, okay, I think a lot of people feel alone. They have this sense of loneliness that is like they can't fill that void. They don't feel like they belong in any set with anybody. Yeah. And I think, like, with stuff like that, it's like, what do you say to a person? You get what I'm saying? Because it's not about, like, okay, well, yeah, no, what do you need help doing? Would you need more money?
Because you can't, because you got that.
Because if it's a situation where you need a job or it's hard for this, you can help people in those type of situations where it's something that's not permanent, where it's like, okay, well, I want to change careers or I feel stuck because of this or that. Those kind of things can be reversed. But I feel like if her situation, and I don't know if it is or it's not, but, those type of people, from what they be saying all the time, is like, feeling like people don't understand, or feeling like they are alone, or feeling this sense of loneliness, or
their whole life is out of control.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. And it's like, okay, every time, something, the worst that happens to you, like T.I. said that thing about, and I don't know, like I said, that might
which was awful.
Yeah, for him to say the thing about her home, which we talked about it on our channel. You can go back. It's like in the very beginning. If you Will Penance, you can watch that. But talking about going
something
to her
sensitive.
Yeah, as her virginity.
And I think maybe that even probably kicked everything off, because with everything, even down when they went to Disney World, he's very protective. And I think somebody tried to some guy maybe tried to look at her or do something and tell, like, hold up. He was doing what a dad would do because the guy's much older, but but T.I., he just gets so
he just
out
OD.
of something.
OD.
With everything. With everything.
So.
But guys, we're gonna just have a part 2 with this, continuing this, because I just feel like everybody is reaching out for help, and if it's any ways that we all can help people with anything, because everybody need help with something. We got to start looking at it just as if it was giving me the number to your auto body shop, just even to get the cheapest price or something like that. Who knows? This is something that is going around where people are feeling less and less.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do.